It's a story you may remember seeing here on News Center. A 43-year-old cheering and tumbling coach charged with having sex with one of his 14-year-old students. Jeremy Link was arrested in April.
In July, he reached a plea deal with prosecutors and was sentenced to 22 months in prison. What you didn't see in the news is that Link had a fiancée. In fact, he was arrested just 2 weeks before their planned wedding date. News Center's Sharon Rose Vasna sat down with his former fiancée and is here now with more of her story. Sharon?
Well, Pat, Cindy, Catherine Lacasse's story is an example of the collateral damage that happens when a crime like this is committed. Last night, we looked at what a crushing blow Jeremy Link's arrest was for her. Tonight, her fight to put her life back together without him.
To help myself heal, the first thing that I really did was start to write.
It began with a single blog entitled An Open Letter to the Universe on the Day I Was Supposed to Get Married. In just a few short paragraphs, all the despair.
So today, there will be no tent. My dress will hang somewhere.
And anger.
I'm so pissed.
Tempered only by the sheer strength of her will.
Today, not with my words, but with my actions, I will make vows to myself and to the little girl that you have left behind.
Came pouring out. And in sharing her vulnerability, Catherine found strength.
When I posted it, I was really doing it for myself to, like I said, gain some power that day and like stand in the truth of like where I was, and to try to kind of like, my motto has become like making lemonade out of lemons. Like, how can I turn this day around? And then people started just like sharing my post, and I was like, oh wow, like I didn't expect that.
To date, that letter to the universe has more than 13,000 views.
It almost kind of became like an empowering thing on many levels, where like I felt like I had this like army of strength behind me, and each person that like shared my letter or read my letter or reached out to me because of my letter or another blog, like I felt like I was gaining more strength and power from that, which is why I kept on doing it.
6 months and several blogs later, the scars are beginning to heal, but the pain is still right there under the surface, ready to bubble up at any time.
It is very up and down and cyclical, and you have like, or I have like good moments and then bad moments or good days. I don't know if I've had a good week in entirety, but I get closer to that, and then it kind of hits you, the reality of what's happened. So I find myself grieving again.
As for Jeremy Link,
it's my belief that he doesn't have the capacity to understand what he's really done here.
She has cut off all contact with him and says her life now is all about moving forward with their 2-year-old daughter, Molly.
What does Julio say?
Have you forgiven Jeremy, or do you think you can?
So I hope that for Molly's sake and for my sake, my soul's sake, that someday on some level that can exist, but I don't know the right answer.
Still too raw.
Yeah.
It was, after all, a betrayal so crushing, even the word trust has taken on new meaning.
For me, like, trust is really like trusting that no matter what happens, I'm gonna be okay, and like after this, that I'm still standing and breathing and surviving and living and actually kind of thriving with Molly. Like, that just is enough. It's more than enough.
Gonna get your nosy. Say hi, everybody.
Hey, buddy.
Where'd everybody go?
Everybody will go. Right there.
If I can trust that I can come out of this doing what we're doing now, then I trust that everything will be okay.
Or maybe even better than okay.
Can I have a smoochie?
When I'm like most in touch like with myself, I feel like I can't help but believe that something that is as equally awesome as this has been excruciating is like on the other side for me, but like most of all for Molly too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like we're worthy of that.
It's one brave and strong young woman right there. And just want to remind everyone that we do have much more on Catherine's story, including a link to her blog site and an in-depth interview with 2 trauma specialists on our websites and mobile apps. Pat,
Right.
Cindy?
Thank you,
Really
Sharon.
something. Thank you.